ABC Consultants, and today we're here to provide recommendations to Lipton on how you guys can improve your product. Let's start off with the background of Lipton and Twinings, because Twinings happens to be your major competition in the market today. Twinings has been around for 310 years, whereas Lipton has been around for 120 odd years. So obviously they have a competitive advantage in the market. Twinings is also known for its variety that they provide in terms of the flavor. So the reason why we are here today is because Twinings overtook Lipton in 2015 as Australia's biggest player in the tea industry, and we're here to provide recommendations to Lipton on how you can gain back your position as the market leader. And so yeah, that's our main objective for today. Bibisa will talk about the survey that we've conducted with 40 people about the preferences for Lipton and Twinings. Over to Bibisa.
So, the findings of the survey results can be basically categorized into three parts: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. For the cognitive component, we see the average score of your product is higher than the average score for Twinings, which is not a very ideal outcome, because higher the average score, lesser will be the preference. Hence, we see only 13 of the respondents have preferred your product, while 25 respondents have preferred Twinings. Also, when we compared Lipton with the ideal product, major gap has been seen in terms of flavor and relaxation and stress relief component. While when we compared Twinings on the same components, the gap between the ideal product is not as much. To measure our affective component, we had 4 questions basically. Our first question was asked respondents if they were satisfied with the brand. Second was if they felt more closer to nature. Third was if they felt healthier. And lastly, if they had more focus when they consumed either of the 2 brands. As we can see from here, your product has higher score than that of Twinings, which again is not a great outcome, because higher the average scores, lesser will be the preference, and this has led to only 12 people preferring your product, while for Twinings there were 26 positive results. In terms of behavioral component, we see that 26 out of 40 respondents have purchased Twinings, out of which 14 have preferred to purchase tea bags. And for Lipton, 12 out of 40 have preferred your product, out of which 8 have preferred tea bags instead of loose tea. So these were the findings of our survey.
So, from the findings of our survey, we've derived certain recommendations, again divided into the cognitive part, the affective part, and the behavioral part. I'm going to talk about the cognitive part, and then we have another consultant who will come and talk about the affective part and the behavioral part. For the cognitive part, what we found is Lipton is lacking when it comes to 2 main attributes. One is flavor, and the second is relaxation and stress relief. So ideally the customers would like a product which is strong in flavor and something that makes them feel more relaxed. Whereas their beliefs about Lipton is that Lipton is mild in flavor and that it's more energizing than it is relaxing. So this means that it's not a positive outcome for Lipton. So we came up with some marketing strategies to make the consumers perceive Lipton as a tea brand that has a stronger flavor and that is more relaxing and provides stress relief. But before I go to that main strategy, I would like to discuss the other two strategies that we considered. One was changing the importance of the beliefs. That is making the consumers believe that a strong flavor is not important and that a tea providing relaxation or stress relief is not important. But that is very hard to do because flavor is a very important attribute for tea and so is stress relief and relaxation. The second thing that we considered was changing their beliefs about the ideal product. This would mean making them believe that a milder product is better and making them believe that stress relief and relaxation and energizing a product is more important than a relaxing product. But again, that is very hard and risky because it is not Lipton specific, it is a tea industry specific. So finally we came down to the recommendation where we've said that we would like you to go with changing the beliefs about Lipton itself, which is making your consumers believe that Lipton is actually has a strong flavor and Lipton actually is more relaxing than your consumers perceive it to be. We can do this through an advertisement. So the advertisement that we came up with is showing a girl sit by the window on a rainy day and reading a book and drinking Lipton, which gives you a perception of relaxation. And also when it comes to the flavor, we can basically show two tea bags. One is an ordinary tea bag and one is a Lipton tea bag, and show how Lipton has a stronger color and also it has a strong aroma, whereas the other tea bag doesn't provide this strong aroma or has a strong color. Now over to Roman for the other two components.
So when it comes to the affective component, on the surface when you look at it, the two brands seem to be, consumers seem to be satisfied with both the brands in general. But on a more deeper analysis level, if you look at it, consumers tended to be more emotionally connected with Twinings when compared to Lipton. So for example, when it came to the health and focus attributes, Lipton was found to be, lagging behind Twinings. So in order to overcome these two, drawbacks of Lipton, we suggested using classical conditioning, where we would make use of professional athletes who are associated with healthy lifestyle, and these athletes would be associated with our brand. And we would implement this campaign on a mere exposure basis, basically meaning that these advertisements would be, shown to the consumers through multiple channels. And another aspect of the affective component was we got some insights into how consumers were purchasing the Lipton brand for others, such as for their family or for their partners, rather than for themselves. So when it came to the cognitive component, Lipton was found to be ahead of Twinings, but on the other two affective and behavioral components, Twinings was found to be ahead. So in order to change this behavior, we again looked at classical conditioning, where we could make use of celebrities. These celebrities, would be shown in the advertisements with their families, drinking Lipton with their families, and this would promote, the aspect that Lipton is an option which is a healthy option for the entire family. So, coming to the behavioral component, as part of our survey, it was found that 26 out of 40 of the participants, they preferred a tea which had a fair trade certificate. Since the Twinings brand has a fair trade certificate, while Lipton does not. So therefore, we can see that as a result of this, Twinings was preferred on this aspect compared to Lipton's. But an important point which should be noted is that Lipton has another certification called Rainforest Certified Alliance, which is basically the same as Fair Trade Certificate. It focuses on worker protection issues such as the right to organize, the right to a clean and safe working environment, the right to be paid the minimum wage in the country. So we felt that promoting Lipton as promoting the certification of Lipton would mean that it would be able to change the consumers' beliefs about the brand and project Lipton as a more socially responsible brand. And yeah, thanks. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. Thanks for your time.